Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Lord Dragon Eye, of course, as you already know. And right now I just got all the siding on that I did in a previous video. It's already in, and now I'm just putting down the turf and ground cover. So anyway, I'm just going to show you guys this. I'm just kind of getting it on here. This here is the deadline. It's not going to have any power to it. And this track is semi-used by CN as car storage, although it used to have an industrial that was closed, but you know, CN wanted some car storage for additional rolling stock that sometimes comes down the line and other things. So that's what this is. This is just a very heavily overgrown line that they just haven't ripped up. Considering it'd probably be it's easier for them just to leave it than to tear it out. So what we're doing is just kind of adding some ballast in. This spot's going to need just adding ballast in certain spots. To where the track would basically meet. And parts of it's really heavily overgrown, parts of it's not. I mean, it's just an old line that it used to be the line used to connect up to the short line at this end of the track. That was when, well, CN used to use it back in the old days when it was an active line. It just went to another industrial. But give you guys a look, turn the camera around. As you can see, it looks pretty good as it used to connect to the short line right there. That's where I'm zoomed in on. And it's no longer connected up to this line anymore. It's unused track. And I've got like mixed ballast and stuff in here. Some weeds, some overgrowth, because they don't use this line a lot, just other than park an odd car down every now and again. Car storage and stuff. That's about it. So what do you do with a line that you don't really have any use for? You usually tear it up, but this was the one of the tracks that the railway owners of the short line fought really hard to protect. In reality, this sort of thing would never happen. Of course, it could. If the owner wanted the line, you know, they would have just sold it to them instead of having a 20-year court battle, which is kind of redundant. But hey, it makes for a great story. Try to give you guys a good view. Sorry folks, the camera's not behaving as well as it should. I need some more black. So the reason for the black ballast is just to make it look like there's bits of ballast just hanging around. Can't have the whole thing completely grown over, it just wouldn't look right. So you're going to put some ballast in different places, kind of make it, at least there's something there holding the track in place. And it just fills in some of these bad spots there. Now this is a pre-weathered track that, you know, I showed in a previous video. I believe a few videos back I showed it, where I started laying this track and I just ended the video halfway through. The reason I did that is because I don't know. I was just being funny. I was being a dragon. So anyway, that kind of looks really good. It gives the look of... I don't want too much ballast. Part where the switch is, I need a lot of ballast in this general area. So where the switch is I will put heavily ballast this section. I want to save some of this ballast too. This camera's being difficult today. I think I might need a new camera because this camera's... So basically this is just graded ballast where it was brought up to about the height of the road bed. A cheap way to keep the switch intact. Low budget railways are funny with how they do stuff. They just plaster the ballast wherever. Now, since this switch really is not going to be a mainstream switch that's going to get a whole lot of use, I'm not too worried about the switch actually functioning properly. I mean, it will function, but it's not going to be designed to really get a whole lot. Like, I'm not going to be driving locomotives or trains down it. It's nice to have it work a little bit. But this switch is more or less going to be frozen to... So this track's not going to really have anything. I mean, it's not going to have too much run down it. So it's not really, doesn't matter if it works or not. I don't care if it doesn't. As long as I can get a decent amount of cars down, then we're good. Sometimes I wonder if I spend way too much time talking and boring everybody with all this crazy stuff. Just sort of make it look worn down in this area. A lot of ballast. Just kind of pat it down before we get into soaking it. It's not like they're going to be using that switch anyway. That switch is kind of, there's no switch stand, so they wouldn't use it. Old section of track, it's just put a little ballasting, kind of hide some of these wires as well. Ballast on the main line here. Oh, this is the sliding, not the main line. What am I talking about? The main line's one track over more. Be careful on the little switcher going around. Oh, and just an update, I finally got rid of that box of track that I was selling. So somebody wanted it for their to put a track around the ceiling of the room, which is nice. I got rid of it. Got 20 bucks for it, but you know, I wasn't really asking much for it. I just wanted it gone, so that was good. Got a little something out of it. snack money. Use that to go buy some food for later for work. So, you know, hopefully get some enjoyment out of that. I mean, there. Now, we soak it all down. Now the pre-rusted section here. Oh, I'm gonna stop that train before it gets all ruined. There we are. So as you can tell, of course, it's pretty obvious from the train going around that the layout's functioning again after I put it back together earlier and showed in the video. Which is nice. It's nice to see different progresses. Glue and water. Gotta love this stuff. This stuff makes great wet wine. Now I want to run a bead along the rail here. And this is the unpowered section, well, part of it, which is okay because we don't really, it's a rust, very heavily rusted. It's naturally rusted. I rusted this over a period of 2 weeks. I just basically stuck the track in a bin full of water, and that's how I rusted it. Not hard to do, really. I used some of the old steel track that I just didn't have a use for. So some of that old track is used on the layout here. So it didn't all entirely get thrown out. But I was going to throw out the extra stuff because I just didn't need it. I'm glad it went to a good use, went to a good home. So I don't have to panic anybody wondering what happened to it. So that's what happened to that track. Oh. That's okay, because I got this stuff. I got more glue and water here. So yeah, I really appreciate the comments and stuff you guys have been leaving. I know I say this 100 times every time I make a video, but I really do appreciate the comments and the interest you guys have been putting into keeping this going. Otherwise, if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't even be bothering to do any of this. I'd just be sitting home here and watching YouTube videos all day until I go to work. So, you know, it's really thanks to you guys that I keep at doing these videos. Otherwise I just get bored and do other things. So it was a lot of fun. Now let's get some of these this thicker, greener, lighter stuff in here, so that way it eats up some of the the liquid water. The liquid water. The liquid glue. And I guess that's it for now, folks. So that's the end of this video, and we'll see you later. Until then, we'll take care and have fun. And eat chicken.